Now, French President François Hollande stresses the importance of talks for a resolution to the Middle East conflict, calling the Paris negotiations a chance for peace.
C'était important.
It was important to be together for this initiative. This initiative has only one purpose: peace in the Middle East. This initiative is important. Everybody feels it. It was becoming necessary. It must be a chance for the region if, of course, the work starting today is done seriously and with determination.
Hollande made the comments during the Israeli-Palestinian peace meeting in the capital, Paris. France is hosting the peace talks. This is an initial meeting between foreign ministers from a range of countries, including the United States. Neither Israel nor the Palestinian Authority has been invited to the negotiations. A peace conference will then be held by the end of the year. Negotiations between Israel and the Palestinian Authority have so far ended in a stalemate. Israel has opposed the French-led efforts to restart talks with the Palestinian Authority, saying they will fail. Well, for more on this, let's go to Paris and talk to Gearóid Ó Colmáin, author and journalist. Welcome to the programme, sir. Mr. Colmáin, many commentators are saying that the Paris event is all too awkward in that the main players of this peace initiative, that is Palestine and Israel, were not invited. So how can such an event be fruitful?
Well, I suppose the event is about a lot more than just trying to find a solution to the occupation of Palestine. I think these negotiations incorporate a lot more than that. The Middle East is more than just Palestine and Israel. You've got Syria and so on. I think there are a few points to make here about this. First of all, you've got, okay, so you don't have the Palestinians and the representatives of the Zionist entity at the conference, but this is a preliminary conference which is meant to kind of lay the groundwork for the Western approach to this problem, as it were. The problem, of course, is that there isn't an actual independent Western approach to the Middle East problem. The reason for that is that the government here in Paris is very much dictated to by the government in Israel through the very powerful lobby which controls, directs French foreign policy. So that is a major obstacle. The second obstacle to solution to the problem in Palestine is the Palestinian leadership. Mahmoud Abbas is an extremely weak leader. This is somebody who's calling for NATO occupation of the West Bank instead of IDF. Now, NATO is responsible for genocide in Syria. NATO is behind the destruction of Syria, all of the Takfiri groups who are murdering Arabs in Syria. Syria has always supported the Palestinian people. So that is deeply contradictory and very indicative of the weakness of the current Palestinian leadership, which is under the control very much of Qatar and under Saudi influence. So that is another problem in terms of how the Palestinians are going to get out of this occupation.
So generally speaking, what does it take to reach peace in the Palestinian territories when there is no power balance there too, with Israel literally brutalizing the Palestinians for more than 6 decades?
Yeah, well, I think that we need to address the real problems. Terrorism, for example, who's supporting terrorism in the Middle East? The French president has alluded to the, or I think the French foreign minister rather, referred to ISIS and the problem of the Islamic State profiting from the chaos in the Middle East. Well, the Islamic State are doing Israel's bidding in the Middle East. That's something Western powers are not interested in addressing because, of course, they support this policy. So that's another problem that is not being addressed correctly by this conference. You also have the fact that the Palestinian leaders are not part of any anti-Zionist alliance in the region. They're supporting Zionism in Syria. So how can they possibly be serious about creating a sovereign state which would stand up to Israel? And another point here which should be made is that a two-state solution is not perhaps the best solution. Perhaps the best solution would be a one-state solution where Palestinians would have equal rights to Jewish citizens. That's something that's not even on the cards here.
All right. Gearóid Ó Colmáin, author and journalist from Paris. Thanks for your time there, sir.